Well, that is whipped off his pads, and that is a splendid boundary. It's a fast outfield. There's no stopping that one. Sehwag has a boundary.
Wasn't that far away from that field at short mid-wicket, but it went so quickly off the turf and then raced away along the outfield. Very quick onto the back foot.
Oh my God, that was an exceptional delivery. Unplayable. The good thing about that for Virendra Sehwag was that he didn't poke at it, he just kept his bat stationary. Bit of misfielding there will allow them to come back for the second. Kulasekara it is.
The Sehwag is watching Chamindawar till the very last possible second. He's played a lot from the crease, not moving his feet too much. Waiting to decide whether to go out and play one of those smashing drives that he hits, or just wait in the crease and punch at it. He's done it a few times. He did it in Colombo. He did it once here today.
Well, he's gone for that. That was just a little short. Not really, just a little bit of room, and Sehwag has hit it on the rise, and he's going to go back for 3. Didn't quite get a hold of it, but he's got 3 effective runs. I think that probably got an inside edge as well, and probably going down leg. But they've got a deep fielder in place now for Virendra Sehwag. They got him on the hook in the first test.
Yes, gave that ball plenty of time to move. A lot of movement inside, and then a very thick inside edge.
Oh, that's really taken off, and it's gone for 4. So that's the kind of variations in bounce that we've been seeing on this track, and it's also been given a wide.
Yes, for a moment I thought Prasanna Jayawardene might have been penalised, but yes, umpire Doctor quite rightly. It really took off, almost ballooned.
If you take a closer look at where that landed, it certainly must have landed on one of those ridges where you'd expect the ball to be hitting where the wicket is going upwards, and hence that kind of bounce, because otherwise it's very difficult to get that kind of bounce. And he beats him outside the off stump. As they say, it's all happening here.
Kulasekara's varied the areas where he's pitched the ball, and when he's got it somewhere there, a little back of a length, but not too short, he's troubled the batsman.
Well, an inquiry, Dilshan and Jayawardene have appealed, and a review. A review requested by Jayawardene. I have to say it wasn't the most confident of appeals from the Sri Lankans, but let's have a look.
No problem with the no ball, and I think this review has come especially on the idea of Dilshan, because he's the one who's more convinced that Sehwag has edged it. This doesn't really show any. Little tickle, and it'll go for 4. Although this outfield is pretty soggy, but it ran to the boundary.
Just got his line a bit too straight. He tends a lot to bowl wicket to wicket. It's gone away from the length, and it's just stood up and it's been thrashed by Sehwag. 50 comes up for India.
Similar delivery where he got out in the last match, but on that occasion he was much in control. There you go. Wasn't really looking to hit it towards square leg, looking to hit toward mid-wicket. In control. Down the track and hit it over the top. I think it'll go all the way. That's gone for the first 6 of the match.
Dismissive shot from Sehwag. Good use of the feet, plays the faster bowlers with a certain measure of composure, and plays the slow bowling equally well. Doesn't give it that much air, Mendes, but he was down the track. I just wonder with that, we saw almost the same thing happen at the SSC where Mendes bowled from the far end and Murali preferred a similar sort of end with the wind direction going across the screen. So maybe it is that Murali will have his initial burst from the city end. He's not going to stop playing his shots. That will run across this soggy outfield. 11 off the over. 61 without loss.
Slashed away. Great shot. A typical Sehwag shot. He really sort of is looking to take on the Sri Lankan bowlers now.
What a shot. Just the room outside the off stump. Wasn't that short? It was almost on the bounce that he's played almost a square drive. But that's what he does. He just goes on, and again, not too much foot. That's beautifully played. He was just literally caressing it, and the ball has sped away to the fence for a splendid boundary. So now this qualifies as India's best partnership on this ground. 80 without loss. But take a look at that. It wasn't even a half volley.
Absolutely, and that is why I think Sehwag could be so dangerous. So he can be devastating playing those big shots. Oh, beautifully struck. Beats Was, a diving Was. Great shot again. End of the over. 84 without loss. Oh, straight away puts Muralidharan away for 4. Draws back and places the ball into that vacant area on the offside. Brings up his 50. He's looking ominous.
That's an exceptionally well played 50. What an effort. Indian team has taken a lot of flack after their performance in the first test. Now this is a tremendous fight back, at least a good beginning.
Muralidharan coming round the wicket. This is once again just steers it into that region.
Brings up the 100. Just holding his ground. He's reading the flight well, Virendra Sehwag. Little bit of space outside the off stump, and he's latched on. There's no fielder there, square of the wicket on the offside. Now they've got a fielder.
Previously. Well, this time he sits straight and another boundary. Fine shot.
Well, if you bowl like that, it's going to be put away. Wherever you keep your fielders, you can't set a field for bad bowling. He's pitching it far too short, Murli, from round the track, round the wicket. This is short. He's pulled it down, and Virendra Sehwag is quick to dispatch it.
He's got a field which is predominantly more on the onside. It's not getting the turn he's really looking for, particularly with that off break of his. The slashes at that one, probably didn't read it right, but managed to keep it along the ground. Oh, they take the second, and that's good running, in fact. I think Sehwag realized that Was down on the line was meandering along, taking it in.
The ball came in.
Oh, glorious shot. Hit it on the half volley. No stopping it. 115 without loss.
Oh, that was well bowled. That was very well bowled.
Put away nicely by Sehwag. Was has got too many in the deep at fine leg and deep backward square leg, but that was too short and it didn't bounce either. It was there to be pulled and hit in front of mid wicket, and Sehwag did just that.
Now that's flown past Van Dort's left. It was in the air. I think it would have carried had he been more to his left. 133 without loss. This one gone down. That flew quickly. Jawardner held a sharp one down at the SSC. That literally flew. And Sehwag continuing up to lunch in the same vein in which he's played all through his innings so far. It's the most runs before lunch at Galle in any test match, surpassing 145 by Sri Lanka against South Africa. It's unusual. You don't see it a lot in test matches. You see it more by players in one-day internationals. 150 comes up. Is that...
Played with soft hands, but may have carried. Oh, hammered it away. Oh, that's a great shot. A fabulous one.
That's remarkable. That really is remarkable. It's the second ball that he has faced after the resumption. He's just an amazing personality. Plays with real freedom, regardless of most circumstances.
Oh, drives down the ground. What a fine shot again. Brings up his 100. A very, very good innings. First century in Sri Lanka, against Sri Lanka, and what a dominant innings this has been. His 15th 100, and whenever he makes runs, India's always in control.
87 balls. 87, 15 fours and 2 sixes. It's not only the fact that he has 100, but the style in which he's batted. Extremely aggressive. And why bring it up the 100 that is in any different form as opposed to the way that he's been playing all through this innings?
Certainly seem to be in great mood. Once again looking to hit it virtually on the up. It definitely does provide a lot of excitement, Sehwag, whenever he's at the crease. Worked it officially. That's run down for 4 as well. 33 overs bowled once. Once again, Sehwag just concentrating on just that hand-eye coordination and looking to hit it through the offside.
His temptation is there, or the enticement is there, in that there's no one at cover. So similar field with Tendulkar's strike. You just see those two fielders saving one, mid-off and backward point, in addition to Jayawardena's slip. So the line is more leg stumpish. 178 for 2.
Slip brings up Prasanna Jayawardena's 50th dismissal. To take you through the next half, how commentary is going to be out.
Suddenly the runs are not that easy to come by. How a game changes. Amazing how it's so much in the mind, and the opposition with their tails up.
Sehwag on off stump just outside.
And there it is. He's gone over the top this time. But he is about to say may not get the boundary, and he doesn't. The outfield is pretty soggy and heavy. But the stroke is brave. He's gone over the top.
Yes, he had the confidence that the ball was close enough to him to play the shot, and Kumar Sangakkara just pushing it back on time.
And he came very close to making it 5. There was an appeal against VVS Lakshman, which was reviewed. That's headed for the boundary. Slow outfield or fast, it doesn't matter. Really got after that one, Sehwag. He's reading Mendes well.
Yes, there's that huge gap on the offside, and if it's there, if it's outside off stump, there's every chance for the batsman to do that. That was pushed through a little quicker. Looked like the wrong one, and he picked it up well.
And another, this time short, this time more room for him. Virendra Sehwag has got 2 boundaries in consecutive deliveries, both pretty brilliant.
First one he had to make the stroke, but here it was very short, and if there are no fielders, there's every chance that you can put it away. He hit it very powerfully. Mendes himself knows that he pulled it down too short.
Goes on to 117. Expertly turned for a single. We went on to see virtual eye. It showed that it was clipping the off stump. So technology, well, at times can be a little bit of a surprise.
Yes, you can make use of all the technology available, but in the end there are things that the human being has to decide, and definitely that was the correct decision. Muralidharan brought into the attack, and it's a great position, a great situation for Muralidharan to come on with 4 wickets already picked up.
Pretty surprised with this overcast nature and the way Chaminda Vas has been bowling. He's got 2 wickets. I thought maybe another over, especially when VVS Lakshman has just come in. But obviously they brought their trump card on. They're always searching for an excuse to get Murali back on.
It's a good excuse.
Excuse or not, he's on.
Good idea.
Absolutely. It's always a good idea, getting Muralidharan on. Virendra Sehwag has been brilliant. Lost 4 big wickets. Now the interesting answer to that question we had asked about the delicacy at Virendra Sehwag's restaurant. Multan ke Sultan ki tikdi. Multan ke Sultan, he is the king of Multan. He got the 300 there, but tikdi, I don't know what it means. Must try it.
You're willing to try, Arun?
It means triple century, but obviously, yeah, it's based on the 309 that he got. And it cost 309 as well, so it better be good. Oh, that is brilliant. That is a real tigri. That is worth traveling miles to see. Brilliant.
You couldn't do it any better than that. Coming down the track and driving that straight past the bowler. High back lift again. Umpire Billy Doctorope just letting it go, avoiding hitting his feet, and well, he did that. 19th boundary for Sehwag. See 2 sixes as well. What a strike rate for a test match, 107.9.
Somehow it changed.
So he's got a fielders right on the boundaries, not really playing any shots which is in the air, and this one's nicely played. I think the message has been.
He's had no problem whatsoever, no difficulty at all in working both.
Short ball, and that's been put away into the gap. It may not reach the fence, but they're going to come back for the second. Starts with a friendly short ball that should steady some nerves in the minds of the batsmen. It's always good to get a few runs up early in the morning.
Do you really think, Arun, this man have any nerves? Well, I don't see that.
Neither do I, you're right.
No problem for him. He's got 130 on the board for himself. It's in the air for a little while, but a little bit away from the fielders. Round about 4th slip, floating 4th slip, but gone for the boundary. 230 for 4.
It was in the air. He was again a little lucky that it didn't go to hand. There was that staggered slip. There was the first slip and a third slip and a fifth slip, and it went in between those. And that's a great shot. There's a fielder in the deep, and he can't make it. There's a fielder position just for that, to dry up Sehwag's boundaries, but he's going after Vas.
This was the 7th delivery Chaminda Vas bowled at Virendra Sehwag. That's the last over and this last ball, and every time he swung his bat at the ball and he got 2 boundaries out of it. One went in the air for a little while, so there is a chance. I think Chaminda Vas got to just start thinking, or keep thinking, on bowling maybe a slow delivery, change of pace. Another one. He's got the fielder back there on the boundary this time. Will take only 1.
There's
21 boundaries, 2 sixes for Sehwag.
Fitzka is the quickest to 5,000 test runs for India. And I'd wager that his runs have come certainly quicker. 150 for Virendra Sehwag. 11th score of 150 or more in test match cricket. And it's come from 104. Only 2 boundaries hit by him this morning, though. Make that 3. What a shot. Good use of the feet coming leg side of the ball. And he's been quiet for long enough. He's decided to branch out again.
There's that huge gap on the offside. And the Sehwag had his eye on that. Came out very quickly. Quick use of the feet. And he gave himself enough room so that he could swing the bat, take it from the stumps and hit it through the offside. Coming close to an hour's play, and certainly the Indians have settled in very well. Big partnership is required from these two, and it is building.
His gap finding has to be more precise today because Jayawardene immediately has set in-out fields for him. He's a long on in play, a long off but not right back on the boundary, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg. So he's had to be a lot more precise because there are a lot more deep fielders and it's a bit risky to take them on to go over them. This is high. Now, has it got enough legs on it? Oh, it's gone over the ropes. Now he ran out of room on the boundary there.
A couple of 10 seconds for Sehwag as he went through with the shot. The ball was in the air for a very long time. Oh, he's just stepped over, he's then dropped it and it's fallen over the line. It's Chamara Silva who's on the field.
He definitely ran out of room. Always have to be conscious of where his footing was. See there, the foot was on the rope anyway.
Chamara Silva on the field for Chamin Dawaz. He had plenty of time maybe to adjust his feet position, but he was all the time looking at the ball, never for even a fleeting second glance back to see where he was. It's always advisable to have a quick glance down, see where you're standing. Then if you can get your hands and feet in a position where you can even have your hands outside the rope to catch it.
He's not inhibited, went to sweep, was thinking about the sweep shot. Think about that first slug sweep was that it was hit slightly into the wind as well, so it could easily have fallen within the boundary. Not enough on it. That is when you're robbed of a boundary. That certainly would have been 4 had it not hit the stump. 270 for 4.
Where is he? Looks like right on top of the fort just in front of us.
Oh, did he get some back to that? Shouts of catch it. Prasanna Jayawardene got his hands under it but spilt it.
Like the idea of Murli coming over the wicket. It might have hit the glove on the way up. It could be 2 there. Easy.
He's gone it straight past and it is 6. That is a terrific hit. I got the impression that he was trying to hit it on the onside. He sliced it a bit and yet went, in fact, the safest area on the park, straight over the bowler's head.
Yes, he comes down the track there and definitely looked as if he was going to hit to the leg side. He gave himself room, got his foot out of the way.
Virendra Sehwag motors along, he carries on. What an innings this has been. 108. That is close. He's given it not out. He has not changed his decision, and that's the right way to go. If this is to be a success, this review system, it must be that changed only in obvious circumstances. But huge sigh of relief for the batsman, I can assure you. Brilliant. They've gone up. They feel there's some sound. Now there's no review. This is the one I think the players will soon realize that they need reviews on, and not waste your reviews on LBW appeals which have not been edged. Let's take a look at this one from close up. It's the straight delivery that turns the leg cutter. Now did he edge that?
Double 100 to Virendra Sehwag. 5th score of 200 and above in Test match cricket. A destructive innings and one of the very best you would have seen from anyone.